here they come. Give Matt Wenner a shout. Matt, enough banter, this way. John, come in and bag a seat. We're about to, there's 3 more, 4 more here, there's one over there. Okay, there's still one more, come on in. What is the Heritage Trust up to? The cry goes out. Well, we've been standing by month after month after month, and it's been years now, to bag and get our hands on the old Bristol paperwork. And these are the plan chests. Some people will remember them from the cellars at Kensington. Even older people remember them from Filton, from Patchway, because they used to go and look things up. 12 plan chests, all containing all the blueprints and drawings. Now, nobody makes cars with blueprints nowadays. It's all done with CAD, CAM and on the keyboard. So they're commercially valueless and historically priceless. And we are well funded and we're determined to outbid anybody who wants to get them. And I can't see why anybody would really. Secondly, there's 15 filing cabinets with all the correspondence going back to the 1940s. And in a way, that's even more interesting. There's a couple of seats left, guys. 1, 2, 3. Joanna, come in and sit down. What did we do? Well, we got into the bowels of Windlesham, and with very kind donations, we were able to buy all the bucks in Windlesham from all the cars, or all the bucks they had left. They had 7.5. This is the 401. We were very fortunate to be able to store them in the Brabazon hangar, which was the world's biggest building when it was built. Can you imagine? 1 million cubic metres. It's got 3 front doors, each 100 yards across. The doors concertina up, and the night staff would get inside the concertina of the door and go to sleep. And I think something terrible happened when they opened the doors unexpectedly one day. But he shouldn't have been sleeping in there, should he? You can see the size of the thing, because there's the Bristol freighter in the background. So what's next? This is our display 403, which we were sold at very kind mates rates by Jeff Kingston, and it looks like $1 million one side, and the other side we've cut away to expose the superleggera framework and the engine. And this was a terrible thing. It had cats living in it for 20 or 30 years, and it was an unspeakable condition, and now it looks lovely, but I don't think the engine's got a crankshaft, and I don't think the gearbox has got any gears in it, but it's one of the most popular exhibits at Aerospace Bristol. Right. What else did we do? Well, the Palawan book. We got 3,000 glass slides from Tony Crook's estate, 8-inch by 8-inch, and Palawan. That's Simon Draper, who's got the Bristol bug very badly. Simon published us, I should say, 300 of them in this splendid book. Don't buy it unless you've got deep pockets, but there's a copy in the Bristol Archives which is available to go and look at.
It's a fabulous book, and it has all of the Bristol ledgers, the chassis ledgers in the back, which is very interesting.
Yeah. And did you get your free DVDs? Because we printed 13, 14, 1,500 of them. We sent one to everybody in bronze. No, some people in bronze wanted one. All the people in Australia wanted one. All the BOHT people and all the BOC people. Some may not have arrived, or they may have been overlooked, I think. Or somebody may have thought it was an advert for an old people's home and thrown it away. Anyway, we're going to publish a load more, and they'll be circulated through the clubs. But we've exhausted our first 1,300, 1,400. Back in the Brabazon hangar, there's the 412 Zagato. It's all we've got left now. Anybody want a Zagato? It's a splendid and impressive thing. 2 of the bucks we had lightly restored. The one on the right is going into an exhibition at Aerospace Bristol. That's the 401 buck, on which your very 401, 403 was made. And what I didn't realise was that the nose section here, actually that's a clamp that sort of, you can take it off, and it's sculpted hardwood, a very lovely thing. and that's how they were made. And the 404, 405 buck on the left is actually being used to make some 404, 405 rear quarters. The guy we lent it to said, have you got any, you haven't got the other one, have you? And I said, can't you just press Apple minus and it'll come out the other way around? And he said, no, he didn't do it like that. This has got an interesting detail. You crank the handle here, and the inner section goes in and out, and that's so the coach builders, the tinsmiths, can adjust a new panel on it. What else have we got? Oh, here we are. Hanger. A team of selfless volunteers came and wiped all the stuff off the bucks, and this stuff is quite harmful because it's got heavy metals in it, and it's fairly toxic, and it's what gathers in factories where the stuff's left lying around for ages. But it's, you know, a bit of welding dust, bit of grinding dust, metal dust, resin dust, filler dust. So we had to have special vacuum cleaners. We cleaned them all. One's gone off to Gaydon, one's gone off to the Science Museum, one has gone off to Morton Hampstead Motor Museum, one, the 404, 405, 404 is in the Industrial Museum in Bristol, M-Shed, and Andy's very kindly sourced us a bonnet to pop on top of it for the exhibition. And we've got one in here, the 407, which you'll see during lunch or after lunch when you go into the museum. And oh, there we are, more pictures of, again, you get an idea of the monumental scale. Going into the aeroplane, in fact, you felt like pygmies walking in the footsteps of giants. It's such an extraordinary place. And the doors are wide enough, tall enough for Brabazon to be wheeled in and out, which is sort of a 3-story event. What have I got? What's next? Well, there we are, Zagato. The label alone says it all, doesn't it? It sends a shiver down the spine. And there's our Zagato expert. Where is he? John Hampshire. He's here somewhere. There you are, John. It's your fault, all this. Yeah. We're looking for a home for that, but that's it.